Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fadli Abdillah. I am a lecturer from Universitas Pasundan Bandung and STEMIC CIC Cirebon, Indonesia. Today, we have to discuss about designing, branding, and marketing. Three different things that we should have discussed one by one. Okay, the first we have to discuss about designing. What is design? Some experts says design is a goal-directed problem solving. It's Bruce Asher, 1965. And then intellectual attempt to meet certain demand in the best possible way. G. Paul and W. Best, 1976. And then creative activity, Reswick, 1965. And then designing is to initiate change in man-made thing, Jones, 1970. And the last but not the least, design is the conscious effort to impossible meaningful order, Victor Papanek, 1984. We can conclude about design. Design is science that plans, designing, and benefit, and the result of which can make us more human. That different design and art, because design is a combining about art and technology, which is machine, engineering, printing, molding, and so on. But in design, there's one important thing that can be no break, such as communication. What can be? Because communication convey fact, concepts, and emotion. To convey something, one requires a language and a medium. A language requires letter, word, sentence, and rule of usage. So the design can be communicated. Usually, design can be communicated use a visual, letter, symbol, sign, even index. And then the basic question, what is the graphic design? Because we are talking about some product from the recycle, so we have to know what is design graphic or graphic design, and why graphic design is in it. Because graphic design is, the term graphic design can refer to a number of artistic and professional disciplines which focus on visual communication and presentation. Various methods are used to create and combine symbol, image, and or word to create a visual representative of idea and message, such as idea, SWOT, 5W, 2H, Super A, and so on. That method can we use to create a design. That method can we use to create something, product or some product useful for everyone. That's the point of design. We create something can be meaningful, can be helpful, also can be helpful for the others. This other picture below are example of graphic design. We all can see there is 8 picture. As we know, design. Usually we call it poster. And then the third one of the below, we can Okay, what is that? Website. That's the product of a design. Website can tell everything to you. The website can communicate our product to audience. Website can talk our strength to audience and so on. And why? Why design graphic is important? When people need to necessarily express something, usually with aim towards promotion of information dispensing, the focus becomes how best to do it. Graphic design was born of art and technology printing. So, design is the important thing for promotion. As we know, you all have experiment. You all have a result from your experiment. How to use a recycle thing. How to make a product from a recycled thing that we have to introduce to the audience. The thing, the product, as a design, we can sell it with a good design. So the promotion is a bridging from you, the owner of the product, to consumer. Not only the design that we have to think, but the activity of communication also we have to think. Because if there is something badly from the communication, of course, your product is dead. Okay, we can next to design packaging. This is sample of packaging design. Many kinds ingredients that we use to make a packaging design, but that's too fast for all of you or me to create packaging from what we hear now. This is another sample of packaging design. The others. Okay. Before we create our design, there is more important thing that we have to know, such as design principle. What is design principle? There is 6 points you have to know. The first is balance. We have create the design. We have to create design based on principle of design. The first is balance. Second is rhythm or harmony, and then emphasis, unity, contrast, and repetition. The principle of design have you to combine the various design elements into a composition. This is what we call of layout. The layout has to part of the 6 principles of design. Layout that you create has to balance, has to rhythm, harmony, has to emphasis, has to have unity or proximity, have to use contrast or repetition. Okay, what is balance? Balance refers to the distribution of visual weight. Visual weight in art. Left, right, up, side, down, side. Visual weight may not be a 50-50. There is 2 different things of balance. what okay, if we can see the picture, there is two different thing of balance. The first visual in the left on your right up view, there is a square, two square, the big square and a little square in the upside, but the downside, there is three little shape. Okay, we can see this is two shapes. First, 1, 2, and the downside is 4 side. This is a balance. It's not the 50-50, but this is a balance. Okay, the others, the other ones, there is four shapes and two cycle, and the downside is one big shape. This is balance. You can use two different of balance. Precision, balance, and the others is, it's not a precision, but this is a balance. Okay, next. Okay, each element of layout has visual weight that is determined of its size, darkness or lightness. This is a balance. We cannot use all of this design use a dark color. When we want to take one of principal design which is balanced, we have to use minimal two different of color. All the images above the are balanced. Let us discuss. Okay, how? Okay, we can use. Let's see. The left side, the right side of me, there is two mobile phone, but the left side of me there is three mobile phone with different size. There is a balance. Okay, next, rhythm. What is rhythm? Rhythm is a pattern created by repeating elements on a page in unexpected manner. Repetition and variation are the key to visual rhythm. As we know, like music, if we heard music with a good rhythm, what do we feel? We can feel what you feel if you hear the music with a good rhythm. You feel enjoy, you feel happy. There is design. In design, we have to create a rhythm. We have to focus to the rhythm. So, everybody who want to see the design, he feels the same with as we feel. If you create a design for enjoy, happy, the rhythm, of course, have to enjoy too. Okay, this is the example. Okay, canoe. Okay, this is the rhythm of shape. This is visual of canoe. What we can see of this design, there is balance. Left side, right side, and then there is a rhythm from the downside to upside. There is a rhythm. Okay, the other. This is the rhythm. What we call it. Okay, what we have to do when we see this design. Okay, this is a website too. Okay, this is a website. The user interface, as we know, UI. This is on this design. Exactly use a rhythm. So, we or audience who use this website can follow the instruction. Even there is no instruction in it. but with the rhythm on this design, the user can feel the instruction. There is the rhythm. Next, emphasis. Okay, what is emphasis? Emphasis, every page needs a focal point. Emphasis is focal point. Emphasis is the key point. Emphasis is also known as dominance in graphic design. If is the first thing the eye see. If we go to the mini market, we have to buy some product. There is many product on the racket on the. Okay, if we have to buy something, okay, such as shampoo, there is Sunsilk, there is Pantene, there is so many. If one of that product use the emphasis, of course, the first thing the eye see to the many product is where the product or what the product use the emphasis. It's the first thing the eye see. Okay, such as there is many product use blue color, blue light, blue sky, and then one product use red color. That's the emphasis. The eyes first thing see is the different color. Emphasis is differentiate. Emphasis is used to create a hierarchy of what should be most important on a page. If there is two messages or three messages in one design, you have to emphasize one message because that's the key point of the message. Okay, this is the example. This is the emphasis. Dark, and then suddenly there is light in it. Okay, this is the emphasis. There's so many actors, but this is the main actor. Okay, then there is unity. Unity helps all the elements look like they belong together. Readers need visual cue to let them know the piece is one unit. One should be consistent with font, size, styles, header, footer, and so on. In design, we have to think about unity, which is the point of the point from the design is not a different message. This is whole package of message. This is unity. The color, the font, the background, the layout have all one unity. Unity. Jadi satu kesatuan. There is one unity. In the design, we have to think about unity. Blending one in other. Font, colors, background, and so on. This is the sample of unity. Okay, if we see this, the color in use in this design only two different, pastel and dark. Only that's it, because the pastel is very sangat dekat or closely. The color of closely. There is no dominant color in here. And then contrast. Okay, this is the this is interesting. Contrast is important in design principle. The contrast creates beauty in every object of application. The contrast can result the aesthetics. This is the important thing in design principle. The contrast can be realized in terms of shape, size, line, color, space, even layout. Okay, if we only use one principle on the design we create, what we have to talk is not quite communicate, because the good design is when the design use the 6 of principle of design. So you can try, if you create something such as package. What is package? You only think about contrast. There's no good. You only think about emphasis. There is no good. That you only think about rhythm. There is no good. The good thing is if you use all of principle design. You have balance, rhythm, emphasis, colors, and so on. So the design you create is absolutely good. Okay, this is the contrast. Okay, the design look very, very, or can call it epic, epic, because of contrast. The design look like epic, coolest, because of contrast. Okay, the other thing is repetition. So there is a bond of consistency that must be held within a work of design, making it easy to be recognized by the public. That is where the repetition that we meet. Okay, just as an example, if you design something in a poster and then you put in the on the wall of the street, and then people see, your audience see, and then you have to do something same with the poster, and then you put in bus station. Because of repetition, you use concept of repetition, people target no, that's the same message. That's the point of repetition. The repetition is a bond of consistency that must be held within a work of design. Consistent. The clue is consistent. Okay, this is sample of repetition. The point of here, the repetition. This is the point is repetition from this point. Okay, broadly speaking, the following tools are available to him to solve the aforementioned issue. Now we can discuss about the element of design. This is a different thing of principle of design. Element design is the little part of design, the little part of principle design. The element design constantly point, line, form, pattern, texture, space, size, typography, color, and image. These all can use in a build a design. Point, line, form, pattern, texture, space, size, typography, color, and image. Okay, the first one is point. Point is a fundamental particle of a graphic design. Point is a fundamental particle of design. This is the example. Just a point. Just a point. We can talk about a lot of things, only use a point. And then line. Line is any mark connecting to point. Mark connecting to a point. point, line, and then space, shape. Sorry, shape. Anything that has a width and a height in a shape. Triangle, circle, square, and then a pattern or tendency to make meaning. An author will find a pattern in things. Make a meaning of a things. This is a pattern. You know, batik in Indonesia, there is a very famous artifact of a culture of Indonesia. There is so many pattern in batik. And then texture. Texture is the look or feel of a surface. You can add richness and dimension to your layout with texture. Texture is, we can call it effect. Visual texture create an illusion of texture on a printed publication or web page. Okay, texture can create illusion. If someone sees something design or see design with any texture in it, there is can create illusion of his head. Texture can create mood and personality or provoke emotion. Okay, if you all guys have a cellular phone, if you grab that phone and then touch the keypad, there is the texture. And then space. Space is distance of area or area between or around things. Between two things or around things. Space separate of unity, unifies, highlights, and gives the eye of visual rest. Okay. Design, when design use a space, there is give a visual rest. They can give the eye resting. Okay, disable. Okay, the eyes is very lelah apa lelah? Tired. Okay, when we see this, the eyes can be rest. Okay, this is have space, big space than this. That's important what space can use in design. And then size. Size is how large or small something is. Size is very important in making a layout functional, attractive, and organized. Okay, this is three kind of layout. 1, 2, 3. I think this more interesting than the others. If we see these two of design, this is very interesting, more interesting from this. Okay, this all depend on the concept. We can create something depend on concept. We use line, point, size, texture, and so on. But the important thing is a concept. Okay, type. Typography is one of the most important tools of graphic design. Typography can take you back to a different time. Set a mood, set a tone or voice, organize page, creativity between object, and so on. Okay, this is kind of typography. And then color. Color in layout can convey mood, create image, or attract attention, and identify the object. Okay, red. What can we identify of the color of red? Brave, born, patient. And then what we see about black? These two kind different imagination of color. Red, black, white. Depend of the concept. Okay. This is the example. If the background is dark, choose the bright one. The function of color, if the background is dark, choose the bright one. There is two type of color, RGB. We use in our cell phone, laptop, or PC, and then CMYK. We can use on advertisement, printing. The two different of color, RGB and CMYK. We have to know what kind of color we use to create a design. It depends what the result. If the result, something printed, you have to choose CMYK. But if the result you can use or you can play in the monitor, you have to choose CMYK. Okay, the last is image. Image is essential part of graphic design. Image can be basically three kinds: photography, illustration, and painting. Photographs, illustration, and painting. Image can be interpreted in many ways and culture different. So be keep in mind when reading an image. Also, this is an essential part of graphic design. An image can change something. Image can change the word. Image can change the important thing. Okay, so I prefer you to, if you create a design, something you have to concern about is image. Okay, this is miscellaneous example use graphic design. Okay, you all can see this. This is a advertisement of vodka. Okay, this is a vodka. The legend of the legend. Okay, the legend of drink water. Vodka. All of advertisement design. All of advertisement design product vodka kind of repetition of this design. This is the concept. If you have something to say as a message, use the same concept with a different execution. That's a good way. Okay, what's the designer graphic has to do? You have to draw. You have to be creative, passionate learner, know graphic software, troubleshooter, watch other, look for inspiration, read client mind, know design theory. Okay, in this case, actually you have to create something from the recycle thing as a product. You can think as a graphic design. I think that's a good thing. If you think as a graphic design, there is a creative thinking. When there is creative thinking that can use to visual thinking, and then we can create something innovative, something new, something brand new. If you create something, you just look for inspiration. Also, not only read the books, not only hear what your friend says, but you have to experiment. You have to experiment, because this is creative industry. This is a creative industry that we all know. We all knew what is the creative industry. Something useless. If we touch with creative thinking, it can be something useful. It can be something helpful for others. Okay, what does a graphic designer to do? Not be a poster design, book design. Also, packaging design. Okay, now we have to talk about packaging design. Later, we have to talk about branding, but the important thing is, I hear, but you all guys have to create something. The thing that you create has to package to introduce or to sell to the market, or you introduce to audience. The product that you create has to be protected, as a packaging. Okay, the packaging is graphic design application intended to functions as packaging and to attract a consumer and present information. Packaging has to talk himself. So a different simple packaging is a good design because the packaging is a marketing for himself. I think we not have to say to the audience about, okay, this is blah 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 blah, no, but the packaging has to talk for itself. That's a good packaging. That is the point of packaging: the primary packaging, secondary packaging, or tertiary packaging. The primary of the first packaging is the ingredients that touching each other to the product. That's the first packaging. The form that protect the product. The product it touches each other with the package. That's the first of packaging or primary packaging. And then the secondary packaging. The secondary packaging is the package can menampung it can be used for many products. And then the tertiary packaging is for the functions for a distribution to store, to other islands, to other country, and so on. So it's something, it's kind of easy to create packaging, but it's so hard. It's so not easy, because you have to talk as a consumer. You have to think as a consumer. So you can create something what is in consumer head. Because with packaging, we can create a value. As experts say, packaging, the value create in the mind of consumer, a product create in the factory. So you all create a product and then you have to sell it. You have to talk your product. You have to communicate your product to the audience. What should you do? You should think as a consumer. You should think as a audience. So we can create something the same as a consumer thinking. That's the point. You cannot only think about this is product, we have to create a package to protect this product. No, not kind of that. So you have to think about, you have to think a lot. You think bigger than the one way about the protecting. Now the package, Packaging, we realize, is no longer only having the function of protecting and defining the product alone. Increasing fierce product competition in the market, requiring increased packaging function to be able to provide more attractiveness to consumer through artistic, aesthetic, graphic, form, and design aspect. You have to think about that. Not only for defining or protecting the product. you have to think about provide more attractive to consumer through artistic, aesthetic, graphic, from and so design aspect. Many consumer buy consciously because of the color, form, shape. Therefore, we as a product owner must be smarter in their packaging design. There's the clue. You have to think what the consumer think, not only think what you as a product owner think. Okay, packaging we realize is no longer only having the function of protecting and defining the product alone. Increasing first product competition in the market, requiring increased packaging function to be able to provide more attractiveness to consumer through artistic, graphic, form, and design aspect. Many consumer buy consequently because of the color, form, shape, side of the product. Therefore, a product owner must be smarter in their packaging design. What should we have? What should we have to think about packaging? First, security factor can be protecting. Economic factor, we have to the cost have the little small than the production. And then distribution, we have to think about the package can protect when the product distribution to another place. And then communication factor. This is the important thing. As I talked, that the package have to communicate for itself. And then ergonomic, easy to use, easy to handle, easy to take another place. And then aesthetic factor, the package look beauty, the package look aesthetic, and then the identity factor. There is more information. There is information in the package, ingredients, ready used before, and so on. That what you should think when you create packaging. And then when you have to create product from the recycle thing, and then you create package, the other thing that we have to know is about communication. As we know, promotion, or now we all know about branding. What is branding? You can describe by yourself. What is branding? The branding is creating a value, yes. But if the first product or the firstborn product, that can be create something value. The first thing is you have to introduce your product. Who I am. What used to be. What have to do with our product. Who I am. What the function. That's the first thing you have to do when we create a new product, newborn product. You cannot create something value when the product is a brand new. That is step you have to do when you have to create something value. The first is brand aware. People has to know who I am, what is the product. And then people have to use that product. And then people feel likely love with your product. And the last thing is people cannot go to another product. There's a long way that we have to talk about branding. But the first thing you have to know about branding is create a good product, because a good product don't talk very much, because the good product will knowing which with the audience automatically. The product has not talking too much. The first thing is create a good product. Automatically, if the product is good, audience can find where is the product, what is the product, what is that function. So I hope you all understand what I'm talking about. What we talk about this lesson about designing, branding, and marketing. Okay, the last, if you heard about 4P, product, place, price, and promotion, the important thing is you have find what is the product. The first thing is there is a product, and then we can go to the 3-point other product, place, where we have to sell it, the market, the store, and then price. We have to define what price, the good price for our product, because the product has to buy. And the last thing is promotion. This is the important thing of the three first thing: place, product, place, price, and promotion. Good product can be sold without a promotion. Good packaging cannot be communicated without a promotion. Good price, people can find or people can know about what the price without a promotion. So, good product, good price, good promotion, good design. There is nothing without promotion. I hope what we are discuss for the last 30 minutes can be influenced to you when you have to create something, product, or you have to design your product, you have to design the package, and I hope we can take the good thing about our discussing, and see you another time. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.